What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, we have some more truth to reveal. As undefeated 3-division world champion superstar boxer Terence Bud Crawford, who is widely acknowledged as the #1 best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, Terence Crawford has a record of 40 wins, no loss, no draw, 31 wins by way of knockout, 36 years of age, 5'8" with a 74-inch arm reach. Terence Crawford is an undisputed 2-division champion. Terence Crawford recently responded in an interview he did, or a post he put up, to not facing and fighting undefeated welterweight, superstar, phenom, as I continuously refer to him as, and that's welterweight title contender Jaron Boots Ennis. Jaron Boots Ennis is 31 wins, no losses, no draws. He is 28 wins by way of knockout, 26 years of age, 5'10" with a 74-inch arm reach. Terence Crawford, 5'8" with a 74-inch arm reach. Terence Crawford has inherited Jaron Boots Ennis as his International Boxing Federation, better known as the IBF, mandatory challenger after his July 29th Las Vegas, Nevada T-Mobile Arena showdown with former unified 3-belt welterweight world champion superstar boxer Earl the True Spence Jr., whom he beat July 29th, right? And so, with that said, Jaron Boots Ennis was Errol Spence's mandatory. Terence Crawford beat Errol Spence. He inherited Jaron Boots Ennis as his mandatory, right? The possibility of Terence Crawford and Jaron Ennis facing off against each other before Terence Crawford had the fight he went seeking in Errol Spence was talked about. It was brought up. It was actually a conversation. It didn't come to fruition for a multitude of different reasons. One in particular is that Terence Crawford was seeking out the fight, the undisputed showdown with Earl the True Spence Jr. that everybody claimed they wanted to see. Earl Spence was the undefeated WBA, WBC, IBF welterweight champion. He was top 5 pound-for-pound best fighters in the world. He now has a record of 28 wins, 1 loss, no draw, 22 wins by way of knockout. He is 33 years of age, 5'9.5" with a 72-inch arm reach. Everybody claimed to want to see Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. It was the biggest fight in the last decade. It was a 50-50 fight on paper if there ever were one. Now, the fight itself didn't turn out to be as competitive as many people expected, but it was an entertaining fight. It was successful. Both guys got over $25 million. The fight itself did over 700,000 pay-per-view buys. It was a success. Now, in the contract, everybody that was clamoring to see the fight in favor of Errol Spence, understanding in the contract, they had a rematch clause that just loves to get ignored because fans don't believe. They don't truly deep down believe that after they witnessed what they witnessed and saw Terence Crawford be dominant in that fight. He dropped Errol Spence in the 2nd round, twice in the 7th round, and stopped him in the 9th round. And you saw his dominance in the fight. They don't truly believe at heart that Terence Crawford is going to lose the rematch. Errol Spence is contractually in his right to press for an immediate rematch. He had 30 working business days to push for the rematch. He did so. He pushing for the rematch, right? Now, Terence Crawford is contractually obligated to fulfill the rematch. He has to. And now, everybody's saying that Terence Crawford is ducking Jaron Boots Ennis. But he's contractually obligated to fulfill a rematch against Errol Spence, whom many people claim to love. They stated that they wanted to see Errol Spence and Terence Crawford was ducking Errol Spence. He was avoiding Errol Spence. He was scared of Errol Spence. And because of that is why Terence Crawford had all the semantics when it came to the negotiations, and Terence Crawford was pricing himself out. That's what y'all said. I even was on the books saying that Terence Crawford is contradicting himself when it comes to the fight with Errol Spence and negotiations. And then when all things unfolded, we saw who was the better fighter. Now they don't want to give Errol Spence the rematch. They feel like Jaron Boots Ennis is the best person to get the job done, because it's never about, like I told y'all before, they're not fans of Errol Spence. They're not fans of the sport of boxing. They are fans of being and having disdain towards Terence Crawford. They are more so detractors of Terence Crawford than they are fans of Errol Spence or Jaron Boots Ennis. They just feel like Jaron Boots Ennis is the man to get the job done that they want to get done. They can't do it themselves. You know how they say that old saying, when you can't do something, you can't get somebody to do stuff for you, you got to do it yourself. Well, they go into the next best person to get the job done. So Terence Crawford responded by saying that movie is played out. And now they're twisting his words and making it that Terence Crawford is saying fighting Jaron Boots Ennis is played out. That is not what he was saying. And you know that's not what he was saying. You know it. And you twist his words because you wanted to sound like Terence Crawford is ducking Jaron Boots Ennis. But in the same token, by doing so, you are discrediting Errol Spence from getting his rematch with Terence Bud Crawford that you claim to want to see. Everybody claimed that they want to see the rematch with Terence Crawford, Errol Spence. Everybody claimed to be supporters and fans of Errol Spence. No, you're not a fan of Errol Spence. You're a detractor of Terence Crawford. That's the difference. And now it's showing. Because you don't care if Errol Spence get his rematch. You just want to see Terence Crawford lose. And because now deep down inside, you feel like after how you saw the fight unfold and play out, you don't really truly deep down believe that Errol Spence can win the rematch. And so you go into the next best option, which is you think that Jaron Boots Ennis is the man to get the job done. You feel like Jaron Boots Ennis is the man to get the job done. And so now you saying that, well, Terence Crawford is ducking Jaron Boots Ennis. Because like I said before, they're not fans of Terence Crawford. They're not fans of Errol Spence. They're not fans of Jaron Ennis. They're not fans of the sport of boxing. They are fans of disliking of a specific person, said person. Because said person is confident, more confident than they are in their everyday life. It's not about boxing. See, when I said that Terence Crawford was contradicting himself in the negotiations with Errol Spence Jr., it was about making the fight happen. Had nothing to do with not liking Terence Crawford or wanting to see Terence Crawford lose. They want to see Terence Crawford lose. That's where the difference lies. They're not fans of Terence Crawford. They're not fans of Errol Spence. They are fans of wanting to see Terence Crawford lose. That's the difference. That's where the difference lies. So now they're saying that Terence Crawford is ducking Jaron Boots Ennis, who's his mandatory, when he has to fight Errol Spence? Make it make sense. If he's contractually obligated legally to give Errol Spence the rematch, then how could he be ducking Jaron Boots Ennis? Don't make sense, right? He can't fight Jaron Boots Ennis next. Has to fight Errol Spence. Errol Spence activated the rematch clause, which made him an absolute dog to the heart, in my opinion. I think that's just a testament to who Errol Spence is. He's a dog at heart. Right? And so with that said, Terence Crawford made the statement and said that that's played out. He wasn't talking about the fight with Jaron Ennis is played out. He didn't say he was ducking Jaron Ennis. He's saying that it's getting played out, that you continue to recycle different folks to throw at me just to see me lose. Now everybody wants to see me fight Jaron Boots Ennis because you think he's the man to get the job done. Now you don't want to see the rematch with Errol Spence But everybody stated that everything was wrong with Errol Spence. Making excuses, and Errol Spence wasn't even making excuses. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. And that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. That's all I got for y'all. I'm gone. Peace.